All right, so today concluded the first live stream. I ended up taking two trades. One was a loss for 110, and then the next was a winner for 650. So I ended the live stream up 543. And yeah, the AM session today consisted of three trades. And basically, what those three trades were, and sorry if there's any background noise, my mom's downstairs vacuuming. So yeah, so those three trades were first two got stopped out. It was pretty unlucky. And then the last one, I ended up taking it all the way for $1,000. And yeah, this was a great session, honestly. I'm really glad. Like these last 24 hours have been really good content wise. I got 800 views on like a video I posted 2 days ago, or yesterday, no, 2 days ago, and I've surpassed 100 subscribers in just a week of posting. So I'm very grateful. So yeah, let's get into the trades though. This is what you're here for. So AM session. I already expected us to sweep Sellside because of these equal lows down here, right? These equal lows over here. Um, I wanted to sweep all of these lows, and that was where my initial take profit was for like 1,500. But I decided to move it just because. I decided to take profits early just because. I don't know. I got a little bit greedy, to be honest, and I've been struggling to control my greed. It's not a good thing, and it kind of kept me out of some more profits tonight as well in the live stream. And you'll probably see that if you go back and watch it. So basically, I took a short off of this fair value gap. We had displacement lower, to be honest, I didn't expect us to take this high, only because this high already swept so many other equal highs. So I expected that the biggest high that we would take are these two equal highs right here, since we're already on the run towards them. But I didn't expect us to take these highs, and thankfully we didn't. Because if we did, I probably would have lost some money. But I tried this short 3 times. This is like the persistence of a day trader. So basically, I tried this short here, got stopped out right above this wick right here. Got stopped out. It was pretty demoralizing. That was like a $100 stop out. It's pretty bad. Then I tried another short again right here when I saw that we created a bearish fair value gap. And boom, what did we do? We came back and tapped me out. I got stopped out again. Finally, I took another short. My stop loss was a little bit above this high. It was a pretty big stop loss, I'm not going to lie to you. And I adjusted it a little bit. So this is where I cheated in my rules and I broke my rules to make money. So I'm not really especially proud of it. I'm glad I made the money because it confirmed my bias and it proved that I was right. But I'm not proud of the fact that I broke my rules. I took the short and there was no basis to the short either, taking it right there. I kind of just wanted to get in early on the action. And it was kind of like one of those prediction things that could go wrong. And once we took this high and we immediately displaced, that's when I kind of got my full confirmation. I moved my stop loss to right above this high, and we almost tapped it right here. But I believe that that was actually S&P divergence, and we can double check that, but may or may not have been. So let's take a look. It was not S&P divergence. So yeah, but either way, let's go back to the trade. Yeah, I took the short and I wanted to play towards this low right here, but I decided to take it out early just because of my low confidence in the fact that I kind of like I got stopped out twice already. I just wanted to book my profits. I didn't want to wait any longer, and I wanted to close my laptop, kind of focus on the school day. To be honest, took my profits for 1,000. It was a great trade, and it was a shady trade at first, which could have gone horribly wrong. So very grateful that that didn't happen. Very grateful that that stop loss didn't get hit because I probably would have been down 300 and would have either revenge traded or called it a day. And revenge trading is always the worst course of action. So yeah, things like this happen. You just have to be ready for it, to be honest. And yeah, there was not too much ICT going on in this trade. It was just sell side, buy side, simple things, and then a little bit of usage of fair value gaps. But apart from that, the analysis was pretty simple. We swept previous day highs already, like in the London session, and so when we were coming into the pre-market session, and we already created such a low equal low right here. There's literally 3 stacked lows, and none of it has an S&P divergence with ES. Let me show you that real quick as evidence. Yeah, there's literally like there's no S&P divergence right here. That's like all the confirmation I need that we're literally gonna dump today. Like the market's going to take a shit, and that's exactly what it did. Um, it just happened a little bit later in the pre-market, and I could have been patient. I could have waited to see like actual market structure shifts below any of these lows. And actually, yeah, that's something I should pay attention to more often, market structure shifts. And let's analyze that real quick. Create a market structure shift, came lower, then we came back to test this little order block right here. Yeah, there's so many setups. Like it's insane how many setups there are. I can just annotate this in my charts real quick. Minus order block. By the way, I have not been journaling lately. I actually have not, and I'm keeping honest because I haven't been journaling my trades. It's a very bad habit not to. So that's something I really need to work on going forward. And yeah, I definitely need to work on that. But yeah, we have the order block, and then a fair value gap. And it's like, this is bread and butter right here. Oh my gosh, this is a beautiful setup. And I didn't use that type of setup today. I just traded and I mindlessly gambled on that trade. And so happens, it's lucky it worked out, and I just need to fix it going on. Anyways, let's go over to the Asia session. Asia session, I had a bullish bias because we opened up at 6 o'clock, and let me place the vertical line. So we opened up here at 6 o'clock and placed, that's a vertical line right there, orange vertical line, dotted line, by the way. So basically, we opened up at 6 o'clock. We formed a new day opening gap, and we traded. So I didn't really look. I wasn't at my desk until around right here, 6:24 p.m. And New York timing, by the way, New York time. Sorry. And basically, what happened was we immediately displaced, and we created a 5-minute fair value gap that we inversed, and then we tested that 5-minute fair value gap. And I called it in real time on the live stream that we're going to bounce off the equilibrium in the 5-minute fair value gap. I should probably take a trade, but then the next candle was just too strong, and I kind of hesitated, and I missed my opportunity to catch this buy side liquidity right here. Then what I would have done is probably once we got there, would have moved my stop loss to break even, and then I would have targeted these highs right here. So altogether, it was kind of a shaky Asia session at the start. So executions are on, right? So you can see this. Okay. So what actually ended up happening was I took a long right here because we tapped into like this 1-minute fair value gap. We just tapped the top of it. We left it open. I wanted this 1-minute fair value gap to be a breakaway gap. I wanted this one right here to be a breakaway gap, and it ended up not being a breakaway gap, so that was kind of unfortunate. But I had a tight $110 stop loss. To be honest, that's a little bit more than I like to risk on these types of trades. Like on these types of fair value gap plays, I like to risk like 80, 90, but that's obviously like it's a stop loss placement, and it's $30 off of what I typically want to risk, so I'm okay with that. So I risked like 110, and I wanted to make like 300 with this like 5 micro trade, and I was targeting these equal highs up here. And what we ended up doing instead was, and I'm going to have an explanation for this, but we ended up dropping. But the reason is because if we were to take these highs, the next logical target would be these highs over here, which on a 15-minute chart are seen on the left side of this, on the left side of NASDAQ. And these 15-minute highs, or on the 15-minute chart, but these highs, these relative equal highs, have already been swept by ES. Therefore, it's SMT divergence. So it's not logical for us to actually run up and tap that again. And it's actually more logical for us to run towards sell side because we swept some sell side liquidity today, right? But we didn't sweep all of it. We created equal lows with this. We've already had SMT divergence with this high. So it's more logical for like maybe a target by Friday, maybe even tomorrow, or when you're seeing this technically today, right? To be these lows right here. And this video is going to be up at 9 a.m. Eastern time, by the way. I always upload my videos at 9. But basically, what happened was I didn't comprehend the fact that we took this buy side liquidity. I was aware that there's SMT divergence with the other previous highs, but what I just explained, that SMT divergence, but I forgot to like just see the fact that this buy side liquidity was just taken. It's not necessarily like entirely logical for us to run up to that buy side equal highs. And so it could have been the most logical target because you would expect after this displacement, then displace a little bit higher, touch those equal highs, take them out, and then reverse. But no, it wanted to reverse earlier than that. So once it did reverse, right, we inversed a 5-minute fair value gap, created a balanced price range. That looked super bearish to me. So then I created a little bias right here on this 1-minute fair value gap. So what I wanted to see price do was if we could, here's a path thing, if we could displace through this fair value gap, invert it, then tap back into the equilibrium or just like any point of it, but keep it somewhat open, and then, I mean, just tap into the fair value gap and then displace higher, I would take the trade maybe around this location right here, maybe right here, and then I'd place my stop loss right there. However, a good thing happened, and that good thing is we decided that we want to run towards the initial sell side liquidity, and what that means is that's the first low between in the Asia session, which is, for me, the Asia session starts at like 6:30. That's when I like to get to my charts, and I used to like to get to my charts at 5:30, but I kind of just want to have like a good, like, fresh mind going into the charts, but that's irrelevant. Anyways, um we end up tapping it very violently, as in we're tapping it and fiercely coming back. So these are long wicks, and it's a down close candle as well. We're not able to even close even inside of the fair value gap, like just barely right here on this candle at 6:10 p.m. No, 7:10 p.m. and basically Eastern time. Basically, we displace, so I just take the short on this candle, 7:22, and I put my stop loss right here. It's a $140 stop loss because I take a full contract. Um, yeah, that's a big stop loss for me, to be honest. I would have been down 250 for the night if that hit, and I would have called it a night. But yeah, I then put my take profit at this initial sell side liquidity, and I kind of put a partial right here, but then I decided to take both contracts off. But the reason why this trade worked out is because this fair value gap wasn't inversed, and we actually used it as resistance to push lower. Once we pushed lower, there was a little gap right here. I mean, there's a little local sell side liquidity, local low. That's the correct term. Local low that we kind of displaced through, and then we started to pivot up towards it, and we closed pretty strong on this candle, which worried me. But the next candle didn't follow through appropriately, and we just ended up inversing this fair value gap right here. Let me draw that out for you. Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. Screw these drawings, man. But yeah, we end up inversing that fair value gap right there. This is a better way to draw it. Hold on. Yeah. And once we inverse that, we tapped back into the equilibrium of it. And we created an order block with these two up close candles, with these down close candles closing right through it, strong displacement. So with that order block, I wanted to basically see if price is going to close above that order block, and it didn't. It almost did, actually. In the last 20 seconds of this candle, it decided not to, and I was really grateful for that. And that was when I started like getting all excited on the live stream, knowing like, okay, maybe we got a banger on our hands. And at that point, I was already up like 300 on the trade, but I was just like I still wanted like more confirmation, because it's never hurts to have more confirmation. You know what I mean? So yeah, we had this fair value gap, and we didn't close to equilibrium of it, and this was a final stretch towards the initial sell side liquidity, and boom, that is the trade for tonight. Um, Total, those trades, this was, what is that? Total trades. Oh, Asia session last night was messy, but I ended up like $45, so I'm not complaining. But basically, right here, boom, boom, boom. That's 3, and then 4, 5. So 5 total trades, 2 winners, 2 winners. All it takes is 2 winners. You got to have those tight stop losses and bigger profit margins. You got it. You got it. And basically, yeah, 1,524, I believe, made on the day. Very grateful. First live stream, 100 subs passed, and yeah, we're going up from here for sure. Like I'm gonna be teaching. I'm gonna be releasing some videos on the weekends of what fair value gaps are, how to trade with liquidity, and basically just like tutorials that are essential. I'm gonna also discuss prop firms and the best way to pass combines, and yeah, I'm gonna give you all the speed run to trading success. I haven't had the speed run to trading success. For me, it's taken a very long time, and I'm finding consistency now, but I don't want to get cocky. While I feel like live streaming is very helpful, because I can't freak out on a damn live stream if I lose, right? Like I have to maintain like being calm and like collected, because I have an audience that not only needs to be educated but also like respected. So yeah, kept me disciplined for sure. Live streaming keeps me disciplined, and I can't wait to do it every single time I trade Asia session. I can't do it in New York session because I'm at school. But yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. This was a really, really good trading day. It didn't feel like a long one. Pre-market was getting sketchy, but Asia session had some clean movement, and yeah, I'm very grateful. So yeah, thank you.